This is an exercise that I like to do. It's the starting of a messaging framework, right? So if we look at, let's take that VP of operations example that I was showing here earlier. Or actually, even this is a real example from a company called Workfront, where I used to work. And some of the problems that we were looking at were marketing related. So we're looking at how does project management inside of marketing organizations, right? So one of the challenges we found was that there was this poor alignment and visibility. We had poor collaboration. And then the exercise is to go through, okay, well, what is causing that poor alignment and visibility? Well, the causes, maybe change, the course correction, lack of visibility. It's also helpful as you go, if you're thinking about messaging and like storytelling, to kind of put a clever name behind it. Like, hey, how do we turn the battleship? There's broken bridges or emo limbo. And then you can also kind of dig deeper and say, well, what are the actual details around that cause? Well, change causes frustration, digression, difficult to make course corrections, no central source of work, complexity of organizational communication. So what we're trying to do is really define the problem that the character has. There's another way to think about this in the framework called jobs to be done framework. Has anybody ever heard of this framework before? Jobs to be done. So basically the idea is that there's a job to be done for every situation. There's a great example that I like to think about in the jobs to be done framework, which is I want to reward, let's say my daughter comes home with straight A's on a report card, and I want to reward her for something. So the job to be done is to reward her. Well, guess what? I can reward her in a lot of different ways. I could take her to go get some ice cream. I could give her money. I could give her a gift. I could do all of these different things, right? But the end goal is the job to be done is a reward. I want her to feel good. That's really the job. It not even a reward. It's really like I want her to feel good and that she got this reward, right? So the observation, is, the context is, hey, she's done this thing. I want to reward her. The outcome is that she feels good. Well, guess what? I can do this in a bunch of different ways to help her do that. So if I'm an ice cream shop, for example, and I think about like, what's the job to be done that my service, what does it fulfill? What's the job that's being done? Well, in this case, the job being done is a reward. I'm rewarding her, and the competition for that is actually much bigger than just like other ice cream shops, right? I'm competing against money. I'm competing against gifts, all that other kind of stuff, right? But if you think about the job to be done, so I'm going to take Crystal. I'm going to pick on you guys for a minute. I know you're talking to somebody else, but sorry, I'm going to pick on you anyways. The job to be done of somebody who's going rafting. What's the actual job to be done? Well, the job to be done is that you want to create a unique experience for your family, and you're trying to maybe or a group, and the experience and the end result of that is that they become closer together, right? So the job to be done is to bring the family closer together. The way you could do that could vary, right? So when I'm thinking about the problem of my character, what I'm thinking about is like, what's the job to be done? What are they trying to accomplish? And then how do you go about doing that, right? So we're going to go do another exercise. Let's use ChatGPT to help us identify some of the problems that our character has so that we can define that pain a little bit better, okay? So the assignment here is to find the problems or the opportunities. What problems do your customers have? Why do they have these problems? What's the job to be done? Can we uncover the deeper pain point, what's causing that pain? So I'm going to show you guys, go ahead, open up ChatGPT. On that same chat thread we already learned about, so in my case, her name is Victoria. Then I can actually say, what pain points does Victoria have? What is causing those pain points? Right? And I can actually say, give me details, and I can actually just say, put it in a table. Please provide details and put it in a table. Right? So now it's going to go through and say, sure, here's some pain points and the causes of those pain points. So a pain point is managing a large team and multiple initiatives. Well, the cause of that is limited bandwidth on the time constraints. You know, there's another cause, ensuring effective communication, coordination, right? So let's go ahead, take 5 minutes. See if you can identify the pain points and the root causes. The other way you could look at this is you could say, you know, put this in a jobs, or you could say using the jobs to be done framework, tell me more about these problems, something like that. So in this case, in the jobs to be done framework, they're talking about, hey, what's the job to be done? What's the motivation? What's the desired outcome? So it's just another way of looking at this problem for your persona. So hopefully you guys are all doing that right now. Go and play with that. But in this case, the job to be done is demonstrate the effectiveness of value initiatives. What's your motivation? What's the desired outcome? We can understand the root cause or the root problems. We can then create solutions to solve them.